I'm watching disturbing things. I don't like dolls, chat. Dolls are actually gonna creep me out. Dolls are actually gonna scare me. I can't do dolls. I cannot do dolls. Chat is
No
Bitcoin
matter who
tanking.
you are, stumbling upon a mystery or something completely ominous can absolutely pique our interest. Something about the darker, more mysterious side of the world has the power to endlessly spark our curiosity as we all try to grasp whatever it is that we stumble upon in order to make some sense out of it.
Yup, I'm one of them.
Using the internet for ordinary things like social media, sending emails, and entertaining ourselves is surely commonplace these days. However, the underbelly of the internet is right there under our nose, and often hiding in plain sight. Welcome back to Disturbing Things from Around the Internet. If you're new, this is my series that showcases strange and disturbing internet events and mysteries in a list-like format. If you
Alright, we got it, Expo. Come on, man. The screams, let's go. Spare some help. I mean, this is kind of weird, chat. I'm already getting creeped out. Thank God the lights are on. Lights stop a murder, everyone knows this.
Number 1 on our list involves a post that was made about a year ago to the paranormal board on Reddit. There, a user by the name of Drudagon17 made a plea asking for some input on a few incredibly ominous screams that he'd caught on camera. In his post, titled, "What's Causing These Screams?" he proceeds to say this. "So I'm not really sure what this is. I've had a lot of people tell me different things, but no one really knows for sure. Maybe someone here could help me shed some light?" Earlier in the year, I went on a long road trip across the states, mainly visiting the national parks and a few cities along the way. Towards the end of the trip, we found ourselves staying in the small town of West Yellowstone. This appeared to be an ideal base while we explored Yellowstone National Park. We booked into a pretty creepy but cheap motel just off the main street for a couple nights. Me and my fiance had one room, my parents another. On the first morning there, we planned to get up early, catch the sunrise, and hopefully spot some of the local wildlife, so our alarms were set for
I'm sorry, I need to speed it up. A whole lot of yapping. Makes me fall asleep, chat. I'm sorry. Speed it up. 1.25.
5 a.m. At about 4:45 a.m., I was woken up by a loud banging on the door, followed by crying and shouting. I instantly jumped out of bed thinking the worst had happened. I opened the door to my mom in a state of panic, saying, "There's someone screaming. A woman screaming." There, clear as day, I could hear a woman screaming. It sounded like it was within 100 feet of us. Mom claimed it was happening for the last 30 minutes. We wanted to call the police but had no phone signal, no phones in the rooms, and we were the only people about.
That's odd.
This, his post contained a link to an unlisted video on YouTube that gives us a first-hand account at what he'd experienced.
Oh shit.
In it, we can hear the screaming that he's been asking about, and it's absolutely something that would halt me in my tracks if I were ever to hear this myself.
Where's the screaming? Let me replay that. Oh, hell no. Sounds like someone's getting murdered.
The strange part about this is that there are no direct cries for help, and he addresses this further on in his Reddit posts. There's no "help me," no "get away," nothing, just the manic screams of someone or something clearly in distress. Theories have been thrown out left and right regarding this. Some say it could be methamphetamine abuse, others have claimed it could be someone going crazy. It could be a fox, someone getting murdered, or even a skinwalker. Take that for what you will.
Do people scream off of meth? I mean, in Toronto, I see a lot of crackheads chat. I don't think I've ever seen someone scream. Well, okay, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. I've definitely seen people scream. But, like, methamphetamine abuse, I'm very confused. Like, what, they just start, like, they just start screaming?
Nonetheless, the video still has no true resolution, and Drudagon appears to still be looking for answers.
Skinwalker? Skinwalker? I don't think skinwalkers are real. Isn't a skinwalker just an alien? The baby monkey mystery.
Over on the paranormal board of 4chan, an investigation has been ongoing for about a year now that involves a very strange YouTube commenter community that seems to revel in various uploads of baby monkeys either being neglected, injured, or killed. Large quantities of playlists and videos exist that are solely dedicated to their misery, and they all seem to have quite a sizable audience.
Wait, what the fuck? Wait, people watch this shit? Past that, grab the bastard by the torso and squeeze and crush with all your might. If you poke the damn shitbag's eyes out and break arms and legs, you need to video that. What the fuck? I want to butt it on the back my pit and watch him try to buck it off, then eat it, kill all baby monkey. What the? Okay, this guy's just a weirdo. These people are sick.
Uploads of baby monkeys either being neglected, injured, or killed.
Oh my god.
Large quantities of playlists and videos exist that are solely dedicated to their misery, and they all seem to have quite a sizable audience. One example that I'd like to touch on is this channel by the name of Kill Baby Monkeys. Here, they have a bunch of playlists dedicated to various sadistic topics in relation to baby monkeys, and as we can see, these all have titles such as Baby monkeys having a bad time, baby monkeys suffering, baby monkeys are nauseating, dead monkeys, rotten little vermin make you want to kick them. And you get the picture. Now, most of the videos in these numerous playlists don't explicitly show animal abuse towards monkeys, but rather natural deaths due to other animals, and nature simply being nature. Also in these are ordinary feeding videos, rehabilitation, or those that show neglect by an owner.
What the fuck? This reminds me of the same thing where it's like don't kill cats, right? Like the Netflix doc, right? Like this reminds me of the same thing kind of. Except instead of cats, it's monkeys.
Now I just showed you a couple of quote-unquote ordinary monkey videos, and to be honest, these little guys are pretty cute. Not gonna lie, I'd love to have one as a pet.
Yeah, same.
But that's besides the point. Interestingly, quite a few of the people in these comment sections, like we established, think otherwise, and it's pretty unclear as to exactly why.
Oh my god.
On this video here, for example, titled Sasuke's George 12, we can see a pretty harsh roundup of comments. Some well-placed rat traps will take care of him waving his stupid monkey pecker all over the place. Snap. Get that damn filthy thing off the table. Nail it to the table and warm up the jigsaw. It's party time.
Damn, do people have like a fetish of like monkey abuse?
Death to monkeys. This was just one example video out of hundreds that this one YouTube account had compiled. With that being said, let's jump over to another video in one of these playlists to see a few more examples. Here's a video by a user named GGGY1004 titled Poor Baby Monkey 2012-26.
Oh no.
According to the description, this baby was injured by another monkey and looks as if it's being consoled by an elder. Throughout the comments here, we can see a hefty amount of people expressing remorse for this little guy and hoping he's alright. As you might have guessed though, yes, the sadists are here. Would tie its nuts to bars, that would teach it. A tormented, tortured, and suffering baby monkey is a joy to everybody who sees it. Funny videos in this collection.
Wow, sick bastards.
So, what's up with these people? What's their deal? According to a viewer that reached out to me and the 4chan thread that this is being investigated in, it seems that they all hold a primary hatred towards baby monkeys and none else. Also, they're extremely open about their beliefs regarding them and have this undying obsession over wanting to see them, and only them, either in pain or dead.
I think it's a fetish. Like someone, they have to have a fetish.
This involves some solid points. However, concrete evidence surrounding them leaves much to be desired. Some have floated the idea that these could all be foreigners that simply consider these monkeys as pests, pickpocketing and destroying the structures that they live by. The thing about this is, though, that most of the names of these people seem to be in perfect English. It isn't like Google Translate English either. It all seems just ordinary, as if they're natively from an English-speaking country. With that being said, a user by the name of Kumbio Boombox on my subreddit explains that this simply isn't a sufficient or substantial, by any means, explanation for the sheer magnitude of the torture fantasies that these people engage in. A second theory about this involves the idea that sadistic pedophiles could be using these monkey videos as a parallel or proxy to real children. This is sort of tied to theory number 3, which we'll get to in a second.
Oh,
but
how
it seems like these people have this undying vendetta against babies, and babies only. The third theory involves a possibility surrounding the uncanny valley, and how these primates tread in that gray area where some anti-competitor genes might come into play. It seems that these people could be seeing these little guys as some sort of an evolutionary threat, for some reason or another, as primates are the closest genetic relative to humans.
Chat, Theory 3 kind of makes sense now. Because there's some sick bastards out there. Like, I've been reading some stuff where, like, I don't know how much I can say on Twitch, right? I do not want to get banned. But there's some sick stuff I've seen about babies in, like, these videos. And it's just disgusting, man. It's just disgusting.
Nonetheless, the community surrounding this strange phenomenon is very much still active in various YouTube comment sections, and while it's been shared throughout the past decade or so on numerous websites and subreddits, a true explanation for the reasoning behind this bizarre movement has been unclear, and remains as such to this day.
Now that's so weird. Theory 3 is a possibility, though. Street racing. Sounds like a normal title. I mean, bunch of people riding cars.
Number 3 on our list involves a Facebook post by a user named Jose de Jesus. In it, he makes a post claiming that, "I just got this image and video, very scary." Attached are 2 photos and 3 videos relating to an extremely high-speed race that was ongoing at night on a freeway. Itching for a bit of context, I did some digging on the situation, and it apparently took place in Cape Town on the N1 freeway. In the footage that was captured by spectators on an overlying bridge, we can see one of the cars lose control before brutally crashing into the median. While, yes, crashes happen all the time, this one is especially troubling when you consider the fact that the driver was seriously injured in a very disturbingly gruesome way. Before we get onto that topic, however, let's take a look at the crash footage itself.
Oh my god. Wait a minute. Rewind the thing. This car, it looks like that car lost like traction. And he like swerved. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. Dent in the pole. Crashed into definitely a bunch of bushes.
If we go by the image attached in Jose's Facebook post, we're able to conclude that this wreck happened at upwards of 192 miles or 312 kilometers per hour. Clearly, a very deadly speed to maintain. With this in mind, watching the video that the passenger in
chat, when you drive, okay, like my personal limit is when I drive, I'm not going past like 170 kilometers an hour. If I start touching like 200, 230, like something bad's gonna happen. I just sense it.
In this car took during this race really puts the true danger of this into perspective.
Oh my god. Oh my god. BMW getting smoked. Are we in the car of the crash or what? Yeah, BMW got gapped. Oh my god, we're in the car! Oh my god. Rest in peace.
Watching both of those videos were definitely some of the more disturbing things that I've ever seen on the internet. However, none of those compare to the third upload that this guy had in his post. Like we established before, the driver was critically injured in this crash. But how bad actually was it?
Oh,
if
so he
this
didn't
last
die.
video is anything to go by, then it's safe to say that he was to the point where I wouldn't even want to be alive. I've seen my fair share of gruesome and disturbing things on the internet, but this one absolutely takes the cake, as I couldn't even watch it for longer than a second.
What happened?
For that reason, I won't be showing the uncensored version to you, but rather this Facebook censored one. In it, we can hear audio of the driver desperately clinging to life as doctors try to help him. In In the bits of this video that I was able to peek at, I noticed a huge piece of the car door frame jutting through this guy's head. I could go into further and more gruesome detail of this not safe for life image, but just know that this didn't kill him.
God.
And he is, to the fullest extent, in critical condition.
See, chat, at that point,
The situation goes to show that when
at that point, like, it's like, just honestly let me die. You know, like, think about the amount of pain you're in, right? And like, most likely you're gonna be like, I don't know if this is the, like, obviously the correct terminology, right? I'm a piece of shit, yada yada. I don't know if you're gonna be a vegetable for life, right? Like, if I'm personally a vegetable, like, just pack it up, like, pull it, you know? Like, if someone has to wipe my ass for me, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
driving, it's easy to get brave. It's easy to constantly think, crashes? Won't be me. I'm a fantastic driver. I got this. But this type of thing can happen in an instant. These drivers, very idiotically, had absolutely no regard for their passengers or others on the road, and I'm incredibly glad that there were no innocent bystanders or drivers within the car's trajectory, since if there were, this absolutely could have turned out infinitely worse.
What happened to the other guy? Because there was definitely two people in the car, right? You got the driver and the guy filming. What happened to the other guy? I'm assuming the other guy might have passed away, you know, so rest in peace to him. But my goodness.
Than it had.
Absolutely terrible. Shoreline tragedy. I can't read, chat. I can't read. Unlucky.
This fourth entry surrounds a video that was posted to YouTube in 2013. The title of it is, Couple Drowns in Front of Camera. This 7-minute video shows the tragic turn of events that occurred while a couple, a 22-year-old by the name of Haitham Mohammed Dayan and his newlywed wife, whose name I was unable to locate, spent their 1-year honeymoon at a pond located in the Bait Bas area south of Sana'a, Yemen. This cell phone footage was taken by Haitham himself as he propped the phone up on a rock to film their embrace.
So what, did they just record themselves drown?
Through the video, everything seems to be going just fine, with the two having what seems like a great time, before Haitham appears to slip. Afterwards, you can see him attempt to cling to his wife in desperation before she's dragged into the water as well. Fighting for survival, the two then try their hardest to make it back to shore together, but that proved.
See, look, chat, when I went to, like, when I did lifeguarding training, right, this is a very dangerous scene, right? Because if someone's drowning, they don't care who's fucking beside them, right? They want to get afloat, so they start flailing their arms. Even though that's his girlfriend or wife, he will use her as a floaty and drag her under to get air, and she's probably doing the same thing. So unknowingly, they both drowned each other.
Proved to be futile. After about a minute or so of panic and screaming, they both submerged, never to return to surface for the remainder of the video.
Yeah.
The unfortunate part of this is that, had they not panicked, then they'd probably have had a chance to
Yeah, facts. So panic, hyperventilating, right? You lose energy a lot quicker. You're definitely gassed, tired from flailing your arms. Like, it's just unlucky. It's just unlucky. If you just calm down, make yourself float. I mean, if they didn't know how to swim, why are you getting in the water in the first place? Right? Like, if you did not know how to swim, like, listen, if I slip, I know how to swim, right? So I'm fine to get back up, even if I slip in the water. This guy, I feel like he just didn't know how to swim, so he slipped. He started panicking. He used his girlfriend or wife as a floaty. She started panicking. They both drowned each other.
Both make it back to shore, but in the moment, Haitham desperately grabbed onto his wife and resulted in her meeting the same fate as he.
Damn.
This video goes to show that no matter who you are, you absolutely need to ensure that, when spending time in any body of water, whether it be a lake, pond, river, ocean, or creek, it's imperative that either precautions are taken or that you know how to swim on your own.
Facts.
As if this were the case here, this would have undoubtedly turned out very differently.
Brother's jumping in the pool and he doesn't know how to swim. Could have been avoided. That should have never been a topic of discussion. Brandon Lawson's final call. Oh no.
This last entry has stuck with me for quite a while ever since I initially discovered it. On August 8th of 2013, a man by the name of Brandon Lawson had gotten into a pretty heated argument with his longtime girlfriend by the name of Ladessa Lofton. Needing some space and time to cool off, he called his dad to see if he could make a 3-hour drive over there to spend the night. Trying to talk him out of it since it was so late in the night, Brandon embarked on his journey at 11:54 p.m. en route to Crowley, Texas.
Chat, I do the same thing. Like, I'm in the middle of bumfuck nowhere right now, right? I will drive 3 hours to Toronto on, like, a random fucking day because I'm bored. I don't care if it's, like, 3 a.m., 2 p.m., right? If there's traffic that's going to take me 6 hours, I do not care. If I'm, like, I'm going to Toronto, I'm going to fucking Toronto, right? Like, I embark on these journeys, like, no matter what. I'll leave randomly, like, yeah, like, nothing's going to stop me. I don't care. The only thing that necessarily stops me if there's, like, a snowstorm or, like, heavy rain. If there's heavy rain, snowstorm, right? I'm not going. Other than that, I'll drive. I don't give a fuck.
Just 40 miles later, though, he would suddenly run out of gas.
Oh no.
After pulling over, he proceeded to call his brother, Kyle, for help, and once he arrived to assist Brandon, he was nowhere to be found. After searching for what seemed like hours, nothing was found. However, the very next day, the realization was made that Brandon had actually made a sudden call to 911 shortly after hanging up with his brother. In it, we can hear a very shaken Brandon try to explain the situation that he's been caught up in. Have a listen.
What happened?
9/2013 0:50 and 38 seconds.
911 emergency.
Yes, I'm in the middle of the field. It's like we're just pushing guys over. Right here's one full javelin on both sides. Not truck ran out of gas. There's one car here. Got taken to the woods. Please hurry.
Okay, now run that by me.
We're not talking to him. I actually ran into him.
Ah, you ran into him. Okay.
Got the first guy.
Do you need an ambulance?
Yeah, no, I need the cops.
Okay. Is anybody hurt? Hello? 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 Ah, you ran into him. Okay.
Got the first guy.
Do you need an ambulance? Ah, you ran into him. Okay.
Got the first guy.
Do you need an ambulance?
There's a second person. I know that much, right? Like, you can hear he's talking about someone, but I don't know what he said. I don't know if he said I ran into him, right? Like, in the woods. Like, maybe he saw somebody, like, covering up a body, and then he's like, oh, I ran into him. And then, like, I don't know. I honestly could not make anything up. Like, hear anything. Protect yourself.
Ah, you ran into him. Okay.
Got the first guy.
Do you need an ambulance?
Oh my god.
Ah, you ran into him. Okay.
Got the first guy.
Do you need an ambulance?
Damn, protect yourself. I don't know. I didn't really hear that.
Tons of speculation and controversy have arisen from this ominous 911 call, but the primary consensus surrounding it is that it's, to this very day, an unsolved mystery. Police, allegedly, were initially hesitant on considering this a missing persons case due to outstanding warrants that were issued for Lawson. They believe that he'd attempted to run off to get away from them and that he'd turn up sometime soon, but, as we know...
Okay, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. If someone has warrants, the last thing they want to do is call the police, right? So this guy had to be in some type of trouble, because, like, he has warrants for his arrest. He doesn't want to call the police, he doesn't want to go to jail, but he's like, I'd rather deal with the police than this guy, so I'm gonna call 911. And then all of a sudden, like, probably, my speculation right now, he found someone burying a body or something bad going on, right? As you, like, I don't know if they necessarily say protect yourself or something, right? Guy got shot. Anyways, let's just say that happened, right? Lawson's, he's a victim. Not a victim, he's a witness, right? The guy who did the bad things has to cover it up. All of a sudden, Lawson becomes a victim. Buried him in the woods, right? That's what I think. Body can't be found.
This was not the case. You see, Brandon had 4 children who his relatives say he'd never abandon, and coupled with the strange reaction by police, it almost seems to some that this case was somewhat swept under the rug due to police disinterest. Hearing the frantic voice of Brandon play back is haunting. As the video pointed out, it absolutely sounds like he wasn't alone, and being so late in the night, it's chilling to contemplate on what could have really transpired on that late evening, just 40 miles from his home.
I mean, yeah, facts.
The underbelly of the internet, like we established, is a very interestingly ominous place. Strange and obscure posts, stories, and articles seemingly pop up every day, and tonight, we were able to touch on a few of them. Thank you all for joining me in this 7th installment of Disturbing Things from Around.
Damn, shout out Nexpo. Like, that was a good video. Doesn't do it as good as Nick Crowley. I'm gonna say that much. He doesn't do it as good as Nick Crowley, but I mean, it's a good video. It's a good video nonetheless.